Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Code with Drew. So in this tutorial I'm going to be creating a program to help me sort my download folder based on the type of file I have. So it's going to give a folder for the videos, here's the pictures and the documents and so on and so forth. So let me get into creating a program that will do this for me. So the first thing I want to do now is to define the path I want to use for this program. So I want to have my download folder path, then I want to just like define this path. So I'm going to have like a variable for download folder. I'm just go ahead and say, okay, my download folder now will be equals to. So to use this, I need to import a module called OS, that's for the operating system. And to use this, I need to go ahead and say os.path.expand user. So I'm expanding the user now, and what I want to do is just go into the download folder directory. So I'll go here and say downloads. So now I've got to my download folder. What I want to do is to have the image folder I want to use for this. So I'm starting with the image folder and I'm going to say os.path.join. So I'm joining this with the download folder. So go ahead and say download folder right here. So the download folder and images. So this is what I want to have in this download folder. Copy this line and paste it a couple of times. Okay, I think that's all right. So now what I want to have next right here is my video folder. So I'll go ahead and say videos. Then I want to have a folder for the music also. So I'll come here and I'll say music. What I want here also is my documents. I want this to be document folder. And last but not the least, I want to have order. I want it to just be like orders. These are just the document that didn't fit into any of this category. That's the image, the videos, the music, and the documents. So now that I've done that, the next thing I want to do is to create this folder if they don't exist. So I want to check through this. I want to check these folders, and if this folder does not exist, if this part does not exist, I want to create them. So for folder in, so I want to create a list now, and this list is going to have my image folder, video folder, music folder, document folder, then others folder. I want to have this. Okay, now that I have this now, what I want to do is if not os.path.exist. So if this part does not exist, I want to create this part. So if this part does not exist, folder, I want to create this part, and I'll just go ahead and say os.make directory. That's make direct folder. So I'm making a folder if the folder does not exist. So the next thing I can do right now is that, okay, after I've checked if this folder exists, I can now define the file types that is going to categorize this file now. So I'm just going to define a variable here. I'm going to call this file type, and this is going to be a dictionary that is going to have list inside. So I'm going to go with images first. So for images now, I want to create the extensions of possible images. So JPG, we have JPEG, okay, .jpeg right here. And which other extension am I going to have? .png. So I'm having .png also. Then I want to have .gif, .bmp, .tiff. Then I want to have .svg. So that's for the images. And for my videos too, go ahead and pause the video so you can write this following extension. So now that I have my file type right here, the next thing I want to do, so let me just bring this down. So I have my file type right here. The next thing I want to do now is to define a function, and this function is going to get a category based on the file extension. So I'm going to say def get category. Then we are going to pass in file extension as a parameter there. Okay, then for category, so we want to check the category in this. For category extension, in file types dot items. So we are looking through the file types dot items, we are getting the category and the extension. So if file extension dot lower is in the extensions, so let's make these extensions. If file is in the section, we want to just return the category. Otherwise, if it's not there, we want to go ahead and return others. For file name in os.list directory, for file name in os.list directory, we want to go ahead and download the folder. In list directory, we want to list the directory in the download folder. So now I want to check for all the file names you have in this folder. So don't forget to close your brackets. We want to check for the file path. So I have a variable here called file path, then os.join.path.join. So I'm joining the download folder and the file name together. So for all the file I'm having in this directory, if os.path, if it is a directory, I want to just keep the directory itself. I don't want to deal with any directory. So I want to check if it's directory. If this file path is a directory, I want to just continue this loop and skip that. So I'll just go ahead and continue. But if it is not, we will continue going down this program. So I want to define another variable called file extension equals to ols.path.split. So I want to split this text into two. So I'm splitting the text into two now, the file name text into two, and I'm picking the second index, which should be the extension path. So once I split it into two right here, and I'm picking the second index, and I'm saving it as a file extension. So now once I have it as a file extension, I want to get the category. So I'll just go ahead and give it to the function get category, the file extension. So once I have the file extension now, what I want to go ahead and do right here is to determine the destination of the file based on the file extension I've gotten. So I'll just go ahead and based on the category, I'll just go ahead and say if category now is equals to images. What I want to go ahead and do is have a variable called destination folder and set it to the image folder. That's all right. Then elif right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this program, then paste it here. So if category now is equal to videos, I want to set this to the video folder. So I'll copy this and paste it a couple of times. Then if destination folder is equal to music, I want to go ahead and set the destination folder to music folder. Then elif if category folder is equals to the document, what I want to go ahead and do is just set the destination folder equals to the document folder. Then else I'm setting the destination folder to others. So to move this folder now, all I will just need to do is to import another program, another module, shutil. This will help me to move this now. So I'll just go ahead and say shutil.move. So now I'm adding as a source as a file path, then to ols.path.join to the destination folder, and the file name. Okay, this is how I'm going to move it. Then I'll just like to print out files have been organized. Okay, file have been organized successfully. So before I run this program, just like you to take a look at my download folder currently. So now I'll go back to this program to run it, and so that you can see how it works. So I'm running this folder now. We have file has been organized successfully. So if I should go back to my download folder now, you can see that my download folder have been organized successfully. So I have my videos here. Then I can go back to my download folder. I have orders here, right? Orders here. You can see I have apps. So I can just define another variable for applications. Then I can go, I don't have any music, so then I can go to my images. Now I can see that I have all my images here. Then I can see all my PNG files are here, and I can go to my document now. I say I have all my documents here, all my PDF, all my documents, all my Word documents, all my Excel spreadsheets are here. So this is how you can just create a simple file organizer with Python. And how do we do this? So to review this code right here, this is what we did. So the first thing we did was just like define the destination of the folders. Then we loop through this folder. If this file does not exist, we make the file path. So this is help us prevent that. If you want to rearrange this folder now, we don't have to create another separate folder. We just check if it's existing first. Then we have these file types and we'll map it to some list of extensions. So any extension like this is going to be categorized as an image. With this now, it's going to categorize as a video. So we have it this way. Then we create a function to get a category. Then we loop through all the files in this download folder. Then we get the file paths, the absolute file paths. Then we check if this file path is actually a directory. We don't want to deal with any directory. We only want to deal with files. Then now we get the extension of this file using the file name. We get the extension of this file. Then we categorize this extension using the get category function we've created previously. Then we use a conditional statement to check for the category, then set the destination of the file based on the category. Then we move this file. So I have another version of this program right here. So if you want to see how I create this version, you want me to create a tutorial on how I create this GUI version where I can just go ahead and browse the folder I want to arrange. So I have another download folder right here that is not organized at all. If I should go ahead and open this download folder here, you will notice that it is not organized. So I have the folder right here. You can see it is not organized, and I can just decide to use this GUI version to organize this folder. So if I select this folder now, and I can set a custom folder for more files, I can just decide to say go ahead and say organize files, and you can see that all my files were moved successfully. Now I have it this way. So if I should go back to this my download folder, you can see they are now arranged quite alright. So that's how you arrange your folders with Python. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Code with Drew. Bye, see you next time.